ain't live, it ain't me. Oh, nigga, too deaf to lose, too shy to slip and slide. I'm too hard to fall apart. I'm too cold to get old. I'm too hip to trip. I do it to 'em like this. I wanna load it up, knock back, don't miss. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Got the preacher wife talking about rock that. If it ain't live, it ain't me. Oh, nigga, too deaf to lose, too shy to slip and slide. I'm too hard to fall apart. I'm too cold to get old. I'm too hip to trip. I do it to 'em like this. I wanna load it up, knock back, don't miss. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Got the preacher wife talking about rock that. If it ain't live, it ain't me. Oh, nigga, too deaf to lose, too shy to slip and slide. I'm too hard to fall apart. I'm too cold to get old. I'm too hip to trip. I do it to 'em like this. I wanna load it up, knock back, don't miss. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Got the preacher wife talking about rock that. If it ain't live, it ain't me. Oh, nigga, too deaf to lose, too shy to slip and slide. I'm too hard to fall apart. I'm too cold to get old. I'm too hip to trip. I do it to 'em like this. I wanna load it up, knock back, don't miss. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Got the preacher wife talking about rock that. If it ain't live, it ain't me.
All right, folks, welcome to the show. It is another inspiring, fast-paced episode of HMW Sports Talk Live. Hello, I'm Craig Shelton from HoustonMediaWatch.com. I'm the founder of HoustonMediaWatch.com, and I work along with a group of guys known as the HMW Creeps. Angelo Lawford, who's flanking my left here on the show. Angelo is a regular contributor to the show and contributor to the blog. Big Richard Walker, he's here. You just can't see him, huh? No, Richard's backstage. He's the man that makes the show go. Back there working the wheels of steel, or what should we say, the wheels of digital button pushing, because it ain't, we're not really a DJs. You know, we editing film and doing those type of things. Folks, I know what you're thinking. Craig, get on with it, man. Get on with it. We want to talk about the playoffs. And the playoffs we will talk about. I'm sorry to tell you, Michael O. Smith, we won't be talking about Johnny Manziel on the show today. So you will have to get on that stripper pole in your bedroom with the Johnny Manziel songs playing in the background and do your thing to a Drake Love song. Because Michael O. Smith, no Manziel talk on the show today. Sorry. Folks, Michael O. Smith, the infamous Michael O. Smith, will be right here in studio next week on the show to defend his Johnny Manzielicism. I made a word there. A hashtag, Johnny Manzielicism. Michael O. Smith right here. You know, we had a little fun with Michael O. Smith. We do a lot of interacting, folks, on the Facebook group pages, talking sports with folks. And this guy's a crazy guy. He loves Manziel. So we have fun with everybody. Follow us on Facebook. You can get me at Craig Shelton HMW. Follow us on Twitter, Craig HMW Shelton, and we'll tell you more later about that. But let's get to moving on with it. Folks, the NBA playoffs are here. The Dwight Howard, James Harden-led Houston Rockets are about to rock the Toyota Center tomorrow with Portland falls into the building to get things popping in round one of the 2014 playoffs for the Houston Rockets. Man, we got a lot to talk about with that. So what I want to do with you is I want to have a little drill. Angelo, I'm going to start reading the schedule for the playoffs for the Rockets Portland series. When I get to the game that you think this series will be over with, I want you to tell me to stop.
All right.
And then I want you to tell me why you stopped me there and who won at that particular game. Nice little game. What you think, folks? Okay, here we go. Game one, tomorrow, the Rockets play Portland at Toyota Center. That's an 8:30 p.m. start. That'll be the last game of the day of the playoffs, of the weekend, actually. Tomorrow, 8:30, Toyota Center, Rockets in Portland. Game two is Wednesday night for some strange reason, Wednesday night. I don't know why so many days in between, but another 8:30 start in Toyota Center. Angelo Lawford has not told me to stop yet, so clearly Portland intends to play at least 4 games. Friday, they moved to Portland. That's the 25th. And that's a 9:30 start, West Coast start. And then Sunday, April 27th, Rockets in Portland. That's a TNT game. That's next Sunday, April 27th. Then game 5 will be Wednesday, April 30th.
Stop.
Angelo stopped me at Game 5 back in Toyota Center. Portland at Houston, Game 5. You stopped me there. Why?
I think the Rockets can pull this out, given their health, given point guard health, first and foremost. But I think the Rockets have a bit of momentum going into the playoffs. Getting that win to end the season was pretty crucial, especially the game against San Antonio. You can take it with a grain of salt, but it was still a good victory for them. San Antonio sat out a lot of their key players in the fourth quarter, towards the end of the fourth quarter, when they had the lead. So, I think the Rockets should fare pretty good against Portland in this particular series.
Now, in any series, the most important folks on your basketball team are the most important folks at the contract table. For the Rockets, those guys are Dwight Howard, most recently added to the team, obviously, and James Harden.
Right.
Kind of a perfect fit because Dwight Howard is not a guy. You don't have a situation with your two best players, your two superstars on your team, to where you're force-fitting one guy into a particular role at the end of games when it's crunch time. I think James Harden, when he was at Oklahoma City, and has also shown with the Rockets, more so in the regular season and in the playoffs, that he's a big shot taker.
Yeah.
And it seems to be just natural, comes natural to his DNA.
Right.
The same way being a basket defender is to Dwight. And James is just a better offensive weapon. Dwight's a good offensive weapon for a center, but James Harden is an elite offensive weapon, maybe an all-time offensive weapon in the NBA when it's all said and done with the way he gets to the free throw line,
Sure.
and the multiple ways that he can score on you, driving, mid-range shots,
Sure.
and that three-pointer. So let's flip it to the other side of the ball for the Rockets. It's not quite the same situation defensively.
No, and that's depending on how they defend the point guard position. That's going to be what's most crucial. Patrick Beverley's health at this stage is absolutely crucial to how they go forward in the playoffs. And Lynn can provide some offense, but he's more or less he's a defensive liability. But with Beverley, you have to hope that he recovered fully from his injury, that his knee can hold up, and that he can guard Damian Lillard and just go forward from there. That's the only chance they have, I think.
Well, I wouldn't say the only chance they have. I believe that the Rockets, even if Patrick Beverley isn't at his top, his 100% best, maybe condition-wise, maybe just as comfortable on that at knee as he would like to be, I still think the Rockets can win that series. I don't think it's a situation where, the Rockets don't have enough to beat Portland, even if they banged up a little bit. I just think that obviously in a best-case scenario, health-wise for the Rockets, you feel a lot better about it. But let's talk about some of the other guys. And by the way, I think my point I was trying to get to was that I think James Harden gets let off the hook a little bit in this particular series.
Oh, yeah,
defensively,
for sure.
Because, you're not talking about an elite guy playing the two. Their elite threat from the perimeter is their point guard.
Right.
Well, I don't want to say he's their only threat from the perimeter, because they score pretty good from the floor too.
Sure.
We don't want to forget that guy.
Aldridge.
So in regard to, let's talk about the other guys. Let's talk about Chandler Parsons, Nicholas Batum.
Right.
Terrence Jones. I think we kind of know what a good day, bad day is for Chandler Parsons. I think that swing is a lot different, though, for Terrence Jones, because
Right.
Terrence Jones, at 6'9", with his ball handling skills and ability to get the ball to the basket, this was a kid that's got, a point guard skill set to a degree. He can really put the ball on the floor and do some things. Terrence Jones is the type of kid that can kind of be that come out of his shell. And when I say come out of his shell, obviously we've seen some great things from him this year. But if he were to go all Sam Cassell on us, even though at a different position,
Sure.
just really show up big. Now Jeff Van Gundy's picking the Rockets to win a ring has a little bit more, quote unquote, no pun intended, ring to it.
Right.
Your thoughts about the X factors that are key for the Rockets or could be harmful for the Rockets if they come from Portland?
Well, I think honestly, we know about Parsons. He works hard on the defensive end, but he might not be the best defensive player. What I find interesting about Terrence Jones is he's shown that he has high highs, but then but he has low lows, I think, too. So I think if he doesn't have to be uber elite in this series, but I think if he can find a balance where he can just be consistent at what he does in a positive manner, I think that can suit the Rockets well at the power forward position. But, he has to guard Aldridge, though, I think, especially on the perimeter, because we all know that Aldridge doesn't necessarily post up as a big man ordinarily with his side.
This going to be the most physical series for the Rockets. Though Lopez will bang you around a little bit. Yeah.
So how he moves around the perimeter on the outside, I think, Terrence Jones is going to be a pretty interesting piece of the puzzle, I think, for the Rockets.
I believe that the Rockets can withstand Terrence Jones' highs and lows in this first-round series. It's more important that they get collective balance from Beverly, Parsons, Jones. You can't have Beverly, Parsons, Jones go to sleep on you offensively on the same night.
Right.
But you can have Jones kind of fall in the tank, but he needs to be doing some other things for you.
Right.
Rebounding.
Sure.
Hustle plays.
Right.
Getting up and down the floor. Everybody has to give complete effort every night. But you can't have Jones score 7, score 9, but you need Parsons 17 to 22.
Yeah.
And you need Beverly 12 to 15. And you can't have Chandler he can't even hit the side of a basket one night. But that night you need Jones to give you that 20 and 12.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a couple of blocks. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Rockets should have enough to where they can kind of withstand some things. Let's talk about bench. You mentioned a little bit about Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin has to do a pretty consistent job night to night. I think what I want to say here is that I'm willing to trade Jeremy Lin being slightly above serviceable every night as opposed to Jeremy Lin coming out giving me 25 and then giving me 4.
Right.
Because I think if Jeremy Lin is good for 12, double-figure points, period, off the bench, 12 points, Kevin McHale should be able to manage that if he knows when Jeremy's in a groove to where he's not playing, off the hook, but he is giving me some consistent scoring and giving me some effort defensively so that when he's in for Beverly, I don't know how much McHale is going to play Beverly and Lin together, but when he's in substituting for Beverly, I'm more concerned that Portland doesn't use that as a matchup advantage to them and start chipping away too much or totally evaporating whatever type of a lead the Rockets may have and just changing not so much leads but as momentum concerns me in these type of games.
Sure.
And I think a guy like Lin is what's important when the Rockets take this series on the road, and if the Rockets can take care of business at home and get both of these games at home, go get Game 4 in Portland, because I think Portland comes out sky high in Game 3, maybe takes care of business there. But if you play them close, you dig into that psyche a little bit. Lin is very, very key in this game, not just offensively. I'm not worried about the jumper with Lin. I need you getting to the basket.
Right.
I need you putting stress on the defense. We got about 1 minute.
And getting to the line also. And not to mention Lin, but, obviously we haven't even mentioned Amir Ashik. He's going to be a key component to this series and just for the entire playoffs for the Rockets. So their bench is key, and I think with Ashik, with the Lin, I think in most nights their bench can be superior to Portland, I believe, if they play up to their full potential. So it's going to be pretty interesting. But Lin's key. He needs to come in and create quick offense. But let me ask you this. Do you think it's crucial, though, for the Rockets that they have to be hitting on all cylinders? Are they the only team that has to function on all cylinders?
No. And I know we only got a short bit of time here, but no, definitely. Good question. No, the Rockets are not the only team. I think it's more imperative for Portland that they're hitting on all cylinders than it is for the Rockets, because the Rockets can, if Beverly's healthy the entire series, they can win ugly because you got an elite defender at point and at center. We'll be right back with more. It's HMW Sports Talk Live.